To learn to live the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Click the bell notification. It's all free. So tomorrow I got to go back to this lady's house, well, this couple's house. I guess it's their summer home, and get some more of their firewood that they gave us last time. So here we got 2/3 of a cord, so that was 2 truckloads, and they got another truckload. It's just down the road from us, so we've already went and checked it out. The last time I had to climb a very significant hill for the second load. The first load was a little bit closer to the road. This one that I'm going to get is closer to the road too. It looks like actually I could pull into their driveway and just kind of chuck it up onto their driveway. They said that I could park in their neighbor's driveway and get it. So when I get over there, I'll check that out. I'm a little uncomfortable about just parking anywhere. But regardless, it's close enough that this won't be near the trouble. That being said, I'm very happy that I went ahead and went through the effort of going up and down that hill 65 times with a log or 2. That way she can call me back and I can get the rest of it. It was a lot of work, but it would have been just as much work having to cut my own tree down, dragging it up from our woods. Now, of course, I got the lawnmower, so it'd been a little bit easier. I thought about buying a trailer one of these days and taking the lawnmower with me in some of these trips. She's got like 5 huge rounds all the way down to the bottom of the hill that nobody can lift and get up to the top of the hill. I don't know why they put them all the way to the bottom of the hill, but they live right on a lake, so it's right at their dock. I got the manual log splitter. I may take the manual log splitter over there someday and split those and carry them up. But she said she didn't even want to mess with them until this winter. So I might go back over there this winter and grab them. It's like customer service to me. They're paying me in firewood to take their firewood. It's just a really good deal, and I want to try to do a good job in this area so they'll keep calling me back. Most of it, I got from a different location. The walnut, I got walnut from our property, but the rest of it I've gotten from different locations. I remember when I first moved here, of course I was just finishing our life as a nomad, so a lot of nomad followers were still following me at the time. And a lot of people told me there's just no way I'm going to be able to heat our house with firewood on 1.5 acres. Well, I got 10 cords here of firewood that should last me 10 years, and I haven't even touched our woods yet. Just some deadfall. That's where the walnut came from. It was deadfall. We had 4 cords down here last year that we used up in the outdoor heat exchanger. That was very inefficient, and that was all deadfall also. So there was only a couple trees here that we've cut down, and they were unhealthy. They're like twins. So I'm very happy with the amount of firewood we got, and it's all free, and people are constantly giving it away. As a matter of fact, the same time the lady messaged me back and told me to come get this one, there was another free posting. Of course, that was a full tree. It was down, but I would have had to cut it up. So I wanted to get hers before I committed to somebody else's. So, I mean, I lose opportunities quite a bit. And that one was here in town too, just probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 miles away. So off-grid living can be done on a small piece of property. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. There were a lot of people, again, telling me that you're gonna have to have 5, 10, 15 acres, 20 acres, you know, all these outrageous goals to live free. And I think, at least in my mind, I have proven all that wrong. I'm very happy here. We're very isolated. I know I got neighbors, and people say, oh, you got neighbors, but that guy's, I think that's a summer home. The guy up the hill, he never comes by. He's come by once. And then I have all this firewood. It's just, you got to think creatively. I think a lot of people get focused on what has always been done. They don't think about what can be done. What's the potential? And around here, I'm telling you, everybody's cutting down trees. I'm sure that's everywhere. Mom said if I go up to her house, the neighbor's got 2 trees down that I could get. Okay, so yesterday I showed you that I replaced the carburetor on my tiller. We bought this tiller for $150, and it's a pretty solid motor. It doesn't smoke. The oil was dirty when I got it, and it was overfilled. It ran fine. He started up, ran it for a few minutes. I mean, I didn't have any complaints. It started on the second pull. And then I brought it home and I ran it for a while. And as you will know from yesterday's video, or any previous video where I talked about this tiller, the carburetor has been fouled up. So I'm sure you can see I got a brand new shiny carburetor right there. That was an aftermarket product. He gave me the owner's manual, which is a big asset. So I was able to find the part number in the owner's manual of the carburetor. So then I just typed the part number into Amazon and it popped up, $20. Well, I could hardly beat it. The rebuild kit was $10, and I wasn't sure the rebuild kit was actually going to solve my problem because all the presets, all those little screws that they mess with, had all been messed up, and I would have had to go and figure out how to redo those. So I figured $10 for 2 rebuild kits, and I only need 1, or $20 for a brand new carburetor that has all the components I already need and all the presets are done. So I went ahead and did that. Well, yesterday I started it up. The only flaw this thing has is the choke switch here doesn't work. With the aftermarket, they got to get that linkage to hook up to several different types of whatever, lawnmowers or whatever you got. So it didn't work. But that's okay, because I can just literally just go in here and move it with my finger and it's no big deal. So just choke it, pull it a couple times, unchoke it, and start it. So today I'm going to take it for a long test drive. The last carburetor would work okay for a little while. I'd have to choke it, of course, to reduce the amount of air that was getting into it. It was definitely a shortage of fuel or an abundance of air. I think the latter is true, the abundance of air. I think it was getting too much air. So after an hour or so, it would really start going bad. Even giving it full choke, it would still surge and die. And so today I want to give it a try, run it for an hour, see if it surges or dies or anything. Now, as you know, I will hook this up to the back of my lawnmower and I'll pull it around with the chain. Okay, so again, I'm going to use a chain to pull the tiller backwards. So the tiller is going to be trying to pull against the lawnmower. This has been a really handy way of tilling up this huge garden that I got. I did this in the past with a rear tine tiller. I've said this in several videos, and it just works so well. But the thing is this is working better because that rear tine tiller was just too powerful. It was just more than I needed. This one, it just works perfectly. I can, if it's getting off course for any reason, I can just turn around on the lawnmower and guide it back to the right direction just by simply pulling the handle a little bit. So I bolt it to this side, to the lawnmower. I use a bolt, put the bolt through the chain, then I put the bolt through the hitch of the lawnmower. And then on the other side, I just tie it off and I use a square knot. And a square knot is right over left, left over right. Pretty simple. In order to give the tiller the ability to go deeper, you got to lift up on the back end. So what I'm going to do is I got this bucket holder right here on the lawnmower. So I'm going to wrap the chain up around it, and then I can lift this up. Okay, so in order to engage the tiller, you have to push this handle down. Then to hold it down, I've got this little zip tie that I push over it. Okay, so I finished the first round, I suppose I could say, getting it all broken up a little bit. Of course, now I'm going to want to go deeper, so what I'll do is I'll make sure I set the tines so they go real deep this next time, and that'll break it up even more. I figure I got a couple more times, I got to get through it. I still got to fertilize once I get the chicken manure out of the chicken run after the meat chickens have been butchered. So 3 to 4 more weeks, I'll get some more chicken manure, I'll spread it over this, then I can till it up again. So, but I'll tell you, today was a good day to do this. It's really hot today. I'm sure you can see my shirt, pretty sweaty. And it was in the shade until just a little bit ago. So I was working in the shade. And that's what's so nice about this tiller lawnmower setup is I don't have to work real hard at this. It's on the days that I am hurting a little bit from doing too much firewood or something, you know, sometimes my back will get a little tired. Give myself a little rest. I can come out here, I can work on the corn, tilling it up. The lawnmower pulls that thing just fine. The tiller did a great job. Powered right through it. I ran for an hour, ran great. Carburetor is doing fine, a lot better than last time. No choking issues, no too much air issues. The thing is now that it's all broken loose, I won't have to work it as hard. I could probably do this in 20 minutes now that it's all broken loose, just running right through it. The lawnmower pulls it just fine. I will say that the chains on the lawnmower are just a lifesaver. I've said it so many times, but every time I use it, it really demonstrates how well it does. Putting chains on it, I highly recommend. There are tires you can buy, tractor tires for lawnmowers, and that kind of soups them up a little bit. The problem with those is they still don't work in reverse. They still slip in reverse. These work forward or backwards, and that's where I have the most trouble with this lawnmower anyways, is going backwards. But here in this dirt, I couldn't steer. The ground's so broken loose now, there was little steering. So that tells me that I was having traction problems, but the back tires weren't having any traction problems because of the chains. So if you're gonna do this, I would say invest in a $50 set of chains, put it on your lawnmower. You can get them on Amazon. Just check your tire size, type in the tire size, tire chains, and that's it. Somebody suggested, instead of buying straw, kind of changing the subjects a little bit, that I get a limb shredder, chipper thing, and we've talked about it. There was a chipper, the same time there was the tiller, and we kind of just flipped a coin on it. Which one do we want most? And I thought, well, maybe we need the tiller more because that actually produces stuff, whereas the chipper, it'll give us some straw and save us some money, but it doesn't produce anything. So we went with the tiller first, but it was a tough call because we wanted both. So Carolyn's keeping an eye out on it, and we'll buy one first time she sees one. I hope I can inspire you to stop dreaming and do it. Thanks for watching.